Good afternoon, everyone. I want to talk to you today about the conscience. Conscience is this little thing that we all have that can either be good or evil, for the simple fact that we know right from wrong. As an adult, if you're calling yourself a grown person, then you ought to know what right from wrong is. Your conscience will either excuse you or accuse you before God. So who do you need to judge you? Don't nobody need to judge you because your own conscience is going to do that for you. Okay? Let's talk about where the conscience began. It was born at the fall of man in the Garden of Eden. Whenever Adam and Eve disobeyed God and ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, that's where the conscience was born, when their eyes were opened and they knew good from evil. You see, this is a trick of Satan. He told Eve, rather, that if she ate from that tree, she would be like God to know good and evil. Okay, he didn't lie to her because what happened? What did God say at the end of that? Behold, the man has become like one of us to know good and to know evil. Okay, so Satan told her the truth that she would know good and evil, but what he did was make it desirable, like this knowledge was something desirable that she should have, that God was trying to keep from her or from them. So she took the bait, hook, line, and sinker. These same temptations are the same temptations that we men face every day. The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. She was tempted them same three ways in one fell swoop. She looked on the fruit. That was the lust of the flesh. She saw that it was good for food. That was the lust of the eyes. She saw that it was desirable to make one wise. That is the pride of life. And she ate. Then she gave to her husband, and he ate. And both of their eyes were open, and they knew good from evil. Why? Because they knew they was naked and they needed to go hide themselves. Okay? And then God comes around and says, Adam, where are you? And he went and hid because he was naked. And it's not good to be out naked. So you have to be covered or clothed. That's why we wear clothes. Because there's unpresentable parts that you don't need to be showing walking around outside in the street. That's why nudist colonies are a joke. Anyway, that's a whole nother show. But that's where the conscience was born. Right there at that moment. That, in the end, will accuse you or excuse you, because if your conscience is clear, if it's clear, then you are blameless before God. But if your conscience has an offense, then you may need to go get with God and explore that with him. But ultimately, you know the wrong you do because Adam knew. And if Adam knew, then we know. So that's why Jesus's blood comes to wash away our sin. And when he does that, he gives us a white robe of righteousness that we might be clothed so that we don't walk around naked. But this nakedness now is a spiritual nakedness and not a physical nakedness. Because sin robs you. It robs us. And it spiritually strips us so that we are left naked and wounded. So I say to you, in 2010, choose the good. Because whether you want to believe it or not, Jesus is coming back soon. And he's coming back for nothing less than a people without spot, wrinkle, or blemish. And he is coming soon. So we need to walk so that when he does appear, we don't be ashamed at his coming. Message. Heat it. Bye bye.